Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you back today for a new message. I hope that all of you are doing amazing today and having a wonderful day. So today's message is meant to find you guys 3 days before your new life starts or before you start a new life. So let's see what is the important and meaningful message meant to find you in this time. I'm going to start with this deck here. This is like a deck with doors, so I feel like it's fitting for the topic of this message. So let's see what is the message meant to find you right now. Spirit, can we please get the message for the people who have been brought to this reading today? What do they need to hear 3 days before their new life starts? What message is meant to find them? Oh, wow. The art of life. I am taking this one because I feel like this is so related, right? Let's start with this one maybe. The art of life. There is no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. Be bold in your skin. Let your love dance in sight. The art of life. I feel like this is a life that you guys are... I was hearing something about creating the life of your dreams. Or like drawing the life of your dreams. Because art is something, it's creation that we bring to life. And it's making me feel like you are the painter of this next chapter of your life that's starting. You're really going to feel like you're the painter. You're the one who is, deciding what color goes in the image and where this tree goes, right? There's something about you're really creating the life you want here. We have patience. Oh, maybe you haven't been very patient for this moment, I feel. Because art takes patience, right? It doesn't happen overnight. So I feel like you have been really patient for this new life. Everything soon will come to light and then you will see things will be all right. Wow. So you have been really patient. I feel, I kind of like to see this, how when a painter does a painting, they have to trust the process, right? Not everything looks good in the beginning. And I feel like all the time it doesn't look good in the beginning. In the beginning, it might just seem like a sketch, or it might be all over the place and things are not making sense yet. But a painter has to trust their process of creation, that they will create the painting that they desire, right? And this is also, I feel like maybe relatable to your situation, as you've needed to trust the process of creation with your life. And we also have a note on love. Seek different seasons and enter into the unknown. When love is the focus, foundation, and goal, blessed is the body, mind, and soul. Wow. When love is the focus, foundation, and goal, blessed in the body, mind, and soul. So this is all coming from an act of love, I feel, as well. I feel like this new life that you're starting, you're creating, is all coming from your intention of love, your act of love. From setting goals and foundations in life out of love. Things that really resonate with you and are good for your mind, your soul, and your body. And it feels like you are entering a new season. Okay, you are entering a new season here. Wow, this is so interesting. I want to get your tarot cards now. Let's see what else you need to hear 3 days before your new life starts. Speaking of foundations, we have the Four of Wands, which is all about stability. So this new life that you're starting is going to bring stability for you. It's going to be a life that you don't feel like you need to run away from. Okay, it's going to feel like a life that you feel at peace existing. Perhaps some of you are maybe moving somewhere. Maybe you're making changes to your home. You might be making changes to your jobs. Maybe you're getting married, right? There are some foundational changes that are coming along with this new life that you're starting. Maybe some of you are doing everything. You're starting a family, you're getting married, you're moving, you're starting a new job, right? Whatever the situation is for you, I sense that this new life you're starting is bringing stability. And I got that message of you not wanting to run away anymore from the life. It's almost like you will want to be here and be still in that place, because it's a life that you truly resonate with. So let's see the other cards. We have the Two of Swords. Okay, so this is something that you've really had to trust with. You've really had to trust the process. And speaking of love, the Two of Swords is a card when we should be more focused on what the heart is saying than what the eyes are seeing, because maybe the eyes are not showing us what we want to experience. And is a card of trusting, you know, the feeling, trusting the inner guidance, the heart center. And I feel like you have been doing this. Sometimes this is not the easiest thing in the world, and it does kind of require some form of patience. But the good thing is that it's happening for you. You know, you've been patient with your art. You've been patient with the process of creation, the process of manifestation, right? That's what manifesting is. It's just creation of life. And I feel like you're finally going to be able to experience that life that you have been patiently working up towards. Okay, Five of Pentacles in reverse. And also, oh, the Strength in reverse. So you're no longer needing to rely on hope, right? Oh, wow. Okay. You're no longer needing to rely on, you know, faith and hope that things will get better, which is a really important part of getting yourself there, right? But if it's starting to realize you no longer need that because you're living the life. So these two cards coming out in reverse is saying to me that you will no longer need to feel like you need to be, you know, strong, resilient, because you're experiencing certain oppositions. This is a time of your life where things are going to feel stable and good for you, especially financially for some of you. I feel there's something about your finances that are also improving with this new life that you're starting. Maybe it's a part of, you know, the life that you have been wanting to live. It's financial freedom for some of you. What else do you need to hear 3 days before you start a new life? Wow, the time with presence and self-awareness. So look at this. Look at this beautiful gem. It's finally grown. It's finally shining. You know, I feel this is kind of giving me an energy of like how diamonds are built under pressure. And what came to my mind is, you know, sometimes when we plant the seed, it needs time to set the roots in place, right? It needs time to set it roots in place. It needs to sprout. It needs to start growing. And this is kind of maybe what you have been experiencing, which does require a lot of patience and a lot of trusting the process, right? Because with the Two of Swords, it feels like you maybe planted certain seeds and, you know, you don't see them grow in 2 days, but you just kind of have to put a blindfold and be like, nope, I know that I don't see it growing, but I know I can feel that it's growing. It's just happening underground. And this is kind of maybe what you have been experiencing. This is that feeling of having hope or having faith that I was talking about, right? Because when we do plant the seed, it doesn't grow immediately, but it doesn't mean that it's not growing underground. So it's that kind of energy of having to just trust what you feel and, you know, trusting that the plant is doing its thing, but it's just doing it underground, and it's in due time it will sprout. So I definitely feel like you've had to be patient and resilient and faithful, but that's coming to an end, right? You're not going to have to rely on faith anymore. You will be able to see it with your eyes and experience it. We also have the altar. gratitude, releasing burdens. Okay. So with the altar energy, you know, this is a sacred space, I feel, for prayer, for spiritual connection. And you've had to, maybe some of you have an altar in your home, or again, you've had to be faithful to the life of your dreams, right? To the life that you've been wanting to manifest. You've had to be faithful that it will unfold. It will come true. And now I feel like it's a time you're entering where you're starting to actually experience it and be grateful for it. And releasing burdens, I feel that some of you are also starting to feel more like free when desiring things, like not feeling guilty for wanting things, especially maybe material things, or maybe things such as success or fame. I feel like a lot of you're starting to feel less pressure for desiring these things and for wanting these things in your life. Yeah, that's really powerful. Okay, let me get a tea leaf for you. What else do you need to hear 3 days before your new life starts? So let's see, we have box. You will receive a gift. Okay, so the universe is sending you guys a gift, and I feel like this new gift is the new life, right? And we also have flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. So releasing burdens and do not be tempted to lower your standards. This is saying, you know, don't settle for less just because what you're seeing right now is not exactly what you want, right? There's that energy of being patient for the thing that you actually want and not settling for less. Just, you know, it's kind of like that instant gratification, not settling for instant gratification, but settle for something that you feel like you will be satisfied with long term, which is where the Four of Wands comes, because it's all about foundation and longevity. So maybe you've had to say a no a lot of times during this period because you knew that if you kept saying no to what was below your standard, eventually what was your standard would come along the way. So you really had to stay like faithful, committed, and patient, right? But in 3 days, it's starting to happen, right? All of what you have been internally believing is coming to unfolding. So let's get your last two cards. What is the last messages that are meant to find you right now? Oh my God, we have the Destiny card. We also have Limitless, Know Your Worth. What were we saying just now, right? Do not be tempted to lower your standards. And then we have Limitless, Know Your Worth. We have Destiny. It's not the stars, but in yourself. It's not in the stars, but in yourself. Wow. Yeah, you really guys had to just stay committed to what you were desiring to manifest in your life and the new life that you've been wanting to manifest. And also you're starting to realize that you are the key to it, right? You were the key all along. You also have singularity. You are your own sun, moon, and stars. Wow. Yeah, so you're also starting to realize that when this new life begins for you, right, you will start to realize that it was you all along and that it was nothing outside of you. It was no person that will give you this opportunity or, you know, change your life. It was always you. Is something that you will realize. It's so beautiful because you will understand that you are the painter, right? You're the creator of this masterpiece that's starting to unfold for you. So this was such a beautiful message for you that you had today. I hope that this resonated with you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.